Hello, everyone. Hi again. It's us, ya boys, the Rolling Nomads. And we're here for another rousing session of The Jail of the Gods, A Shadow of Esteren story. Without any further ado, we'll go ahead and go around and introduce ourselves. I am about to be everyone who is not about to introduce themselves. And I'm the story leader. I'm at Averydaboi, and my name is Avery. So let's go ahead and throw it on over to the wonderful Azure Butterfly.
Hi everybody, I'm the Azure Butterfly, or Azure for short, or simply Rachel. You can find me over at the azurebutterfly.ttv. I'm the creative director here on the Rolling Nomads, Ingrid of Sintra and Witcher Ways of Old, Maria Russolini in Berlin Bloodlines, so many more. And tonight, I am playing Blair.
Just Blair.
Just Blair.
Wonderful. We'll go ahead and throw it on over to the wonderful Druid by Night.
Hello, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on all the social medias. And tonight I will be playing Aslan Llewellyn, the Ionthan. Did I say that right?
Ionthan, yeah.
Oh,
Good
thank
job.
God. Okay.
Good job.
I'm so good at this.
Yeah. There's a whole pronunciation guide for this game. That's how you know it's going to be fun. We'll go ahead and throw it right on over to Az.
Hello, I'm Az, or as I was on the social media, because I think I'm funny. You can catch me here on the Rolling Nomads as the loving intern. And in games, I play Adelaide Nagaraja in Berlin Bloodlines. I play Relg, the warning shot elf in Witcher Ways of Old, and Timber in Bane of Blood. Today, I will be playing Thallo of the Warren, the Verigal.
Thallo of the Warren. How did Thallo get that name, I wonder? I guess we'll have to explore that in future installments of this series. And last but certainly not least, our devoted chronicler for this wonderful excursion into the world of Esteren, Gilbert Ramos.
Hello, my name is Gilbert Ramos, found everywhere at RamostheNomad. You might have seen me as Dr. Tullio Giovanni in Berlin Bloodlines, Elias Richter in Bane and Blood, and a number of other things. I accidentally volunteered to be chronicler because I took notes, because I will not be taken off guard, god damn it. Today, I will be playing Vernon, the Magentist.
Without any further ado, from our most devoted chronicler, let's go ahead and get into the recap of our last episode.
When last we left our heroes, motley crew, they had essentially been blessed with or given a blessing to pursue these ne'er-do-wells, these sort of bandits, as well as the one of the members of the royal family, or royal family, noble family, as they had absconded in pursuit of these bandits. So we closed our night kind of dipping out and going to our various homes, returning to various domiciles and retrieving various important things. Some last words were given from the old wolf over to Ashlyn. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher this pronunciation every single episode.
Aslan, like
Aslan.
the lion.
Thank you. Excellent. Some last words were given from the old wolf to Aslan. Sort of, one of the things that stood out to me most was that the old wolf said that that he doesn't think that Aslan will return to this place. Now, that can be very ominous. That can be very like you'll leave your hometown and never come back, or it could be like you're gonna fucking die. So that's horrific. So yeah, that's neat. Aslan went to bed and had a dream of an eye the size of her head, just watching. It was horrific, and there was gray mists. It was just a lot of spooky dreams. And when she woke up, there was the brief instance of the eye still being present and right in front of her face. Not great, not cool. Vernon went home to find his family. His father was in ill health. didn't really recognize him. Sounds like it may be a touch of Alzheimer's. Yeah, that disease, as far as Vernon knows, it's determined. It's what determines that, and what determination and if it can be healed, to be determined in Shadows of Esteren. As well, he retrieved his father's hammer, while sort of explaining what he'd been up to and all these fantastic designs, and trying to figure out a way, basically, to get his father up the hill, up the mountain, to the Magentist laboratory in order to treat him, try to figure something out for him. He worked late into the night, kind of explaining things to his mother, before going to bed. Blair had departed back into her home, and with heavy heart and heavy weight, retrieved her sword from under the floorboards, her armor, and I believe a shield, if I'm correct. Basically redawning the accoutrement of her past, as a soldier, a knight of the one true God, if I'm not mistaken. And aside from like the tabard and like the actual insignia, that was left off because the church is weird. Then Blair went to bed again with a heavy heart and with trauma, as we all do. Really, I think that the only one who didn't have a terrible time was Thala, who went home and just found a raccoon in their home, and this raccoon was upset, and was chittering and pissed, and Goat was throwing a fit, but Thala didn't have a terrible dream or like a heavy heart, like grabbing an old sword that had probably butchered hundreds. Didn't find their parents, with Alzheimer's. Just found a raccoon. Everything's fine. The next day, we all met in the square and absconded. It was heavy travels, hard times. We eventually found the cave, as well as some tracks that we determined basically were part of the individual we were looking for, and the bandits. Found some bandits, murdered some bandits, and then this horrific creature, this giant sort of spider-like thing. Well, we can't say that it was a spider, because our minds can't comprehend really what it was, so we just thought of it as a spider. It crawled out of the hole, grabbed something or somebody, and dragged him down. We found the bear that was a companion to I keep forgetting this dude's name. I'm so sorry. The noble that we're tracking. Can anyone else throw that guy's name? Aiden.
Thank
you.
The one that Blair is gonna marry.
Yeah.
The one that got dragged into the darkness.
Yeah, he got fucking yeeted. Yoted? I don't know.
Yoth.
But yeah, Yoth.
Might I posit yoinked?
Yeah, he got yoinked. Thank you. Yoinked into the darkness by this horrific spider thing. I promise that these recaps will get better. He got yoinked into the darkness. We have his bear. We are fucking going after his ass because we're stupid. Scratched into the wall of the aptly named Death Hole, where the words, "The one eats the sin, weakness is a sin, the flesh is weak, we are all one, sate thine own appetites." So, that's cool. And that's where we left off.
With all of that being said, we're going to go ahead and crack right on in. It's a long way down, even past the inscription that has been scratched into the walls over and over, like the ramblings of a madman etched on paper with quill and ink, these clawed with tool and bone. But you reach the bottom, and as you do, bones crunch under your feet. As far as taking quick stock, there are human bones, there are animal bones, there are fresh bones, there are ash-dry bones. It is a waste heap for those who cannot digest bone. Insofar as I would even go as to say Thallo, you notice that all of the bones have been split and the marrow scooped from them.
I think Thallo actually points that out. We're going into something bad here.
Make sure you keep your eye on every corner. I'm gonna try to make sure there's nobody like hiding around here, waiting for us to be off our guard.
Given your perception, you scan the area, you listen. You can hear the sounds of bats fluttering. You can hear the small, sort of raspy sounds of the cave dwellers, is what you would know them all as. These lizards that move around in these caves, dragging their bellies and tails along behind them. There's a far-off scent of smoke, fire. The air down here is, for lack of a better term, cloying. It's warm like breath. And given a moment, the wind rushes past you and up the hole. And a moment longer before it comes back down and blows against the back of your neck, circulating air with its the moistness and the heat of it. I would feel remiss not to mention that it almost feels like breath.
Is there only really one direction to go down here?
It's dark.
Dark. Actually, that's a good question because I don't remember. Did any of us? We dropped you dropped a torch, Thallo, down here before.
Yes. Yeah. That is what is illuminating the area that you're in.
Gotcha.
Thallo's gonna grab the torch and pick up one of the sharper bones. If they're split, that means that there's a stabby thing available.
Sure.
Just in case. Thallo's still dressed in the rags that they got off that body. And so it was kind of like sneaking ahead, looking. Is there like along this wall, are there still the etchings?
As you move out of this sort of circular, I want to say, enclave where you've rappelled down on these ropes, there don't appear to be more etchings. There are stalagmites and stalactites that nearly touch the ceiling of this cavern, probably only about 3 meters in height, so 9 feet. Strange, it's odd, you're ducking and weaving between these stalactites and stalagmites. It's claustrophobic, to say the very least. I will say, Blair, you do see a torn piece of tartan cloth. And you know the tartan colors immediately. It is the MacGormac tartan. It is bloody and it's torn off of a kilt. It would take massive force to separate heavy wool like this.
Eyes wide, breath kind of catching in her throat. Just gonna lean down and grab for it, and trying to see if there's any other remnants around it.
There are not. But your hand is now bloody from the blood that soaks it.
She's going to tie it off onto one of her belts. Grip her sword again. And I think she's gonna see for a second those bloody hands gripping the hilt of the blade, and just kind of like have like a momentary pause before shaking her head and continuing on, trying to follow a little bit behind Dallo, because you're dressed up in their like discarded stuff, so we want to keep a little bit of a distance, but not too much.
Aslan, you know what you saw. Let's explore a little bit. Where's your heart? Where's your mind in knowing that you followed the enemy into its lair?
Aslan has gone uncharacteristically quiet, and as she's replaying what she saw and going over what she knows in her mind, and she's scared. She's frustrated that no one seemed to believe her, but if they're going to go in, she'll be the one to guide them if they come across it again. And God's hope that they don't.
I think one of the teachings of Oshin, the old wolf, might be relevant in this moment. He always told you to peck your friends wise like. But when they get up to unwise activities, be there to pull them out.
Continue to follow, remembering that. And keep a mental note of how far we're going down, how far the escape route is.
Easily enough done. Vernon, as you move, a glint of metal catches your eye. As you look over, you see something from your laboratory laying on the ground. It's not in great shape. You know this to be a portable nebular. Essentially, it is a light source. It takes a cartridge of flux to activate, to use. And then once that flux is spent, you need to eject the cartridge and load another. It looks like you might need to tinker with it a little bit to get it to work, but quickly analyzing all of its pieces and parts, none of the integral machinery looks too far damaged.
He will pick that up, and stop his friends. Wait.
What is
What do
it?
you find there?
Bit of my laboratory. Portable nebula. It's a light source. Is the cartridge intact?
As you open it up and check the cartridge, I think in that moment, it takes almost all of your will not to laugh, as you can very quickly put together the narrative of what happened here. They put in the flux cartridge backwards and just tossed it away because they couldn't get it to work.
Fools. I will write the cartridge. Allow me a moment, and we should have a less crude light source.
Would that potentially give us away if we're trying to sneak our way into enemy territory?
Is it quicker to put out?
Much quicker than put out, and wouldn't give us away any more than a torch would.
Fair enough.
Or then.
I'll set to work fixing this as best as I can.
It's
Keep an eye
not too much. It's bending the refractory lens back into place, correcting the pathing of some of the copper wire inside of it that was damaged with the jostling. And then cleaning away a little bit of build-up from the cartridge having been in backwards and the polarity being wrong. And then you pop it right back in, give it a light, and it alights with the pale green light, and in the center of the light there is the heraldic symbol for the House of Montevel. It is a crossed key with a piston.
There we are. We can proceed if you so choose.
You found one thing for your lab. If you want to go back, we can.
We should go back.
Hey, you all can go back if you wish. I can't leave Aiden like
And
this.
there's far more valuable equipment. This is a bauble, depending on compared to the rest of it.
Is it worth your life?
My laboratory was my life.
Well, let's hope you don't pay twice then. I don't think you have much left in you.
Indeed. That's why I brought you all here, and I'll clap Blair's shoulder.
We'll jingle a little bit because of the chainmail.
And you do hear off in the distance, echoing as it moves past you. Get over me, you right bastard!
He's lying off this better. Aslan, you alright?
If we're gonna go, we should go.
You say the word, we're out of here.
Just nod.
Aslan, as you hear Thallo say your name, you hear it whispered from behind you. And then you hear,
I know your name, silly girl.
He wouldn't say anything. But she would. A chill would run up her spine.
We heard the direction that was Aiden's fucking screaming out, right? Yeah.
For sure, for sure. It's very echoey down here, but you get a strong inclination that of the direction that you need to move. It's strange, this cavern. You're not quite sure, sort of left to right, how far it expands. Ducking in between all of these stalactites and stalagmites makes orientation difficult, and the echoes even more so, as there are even more surfaces for sound to reverberate off of.
Gotta ask, are we still going along with the plan with having Thallo go a bit ahead of us at this point? Or are we just all going together?
Down for being a sneaky sneak. But if y'all want to keep together, that is also a valid option. It makes it easier for them to grab us all. So
I think we should probably continue on with the plan as is. We don't know if that was actually Aiden or if this was a trap. That being said, we shouldn't stray
say
too
it's worth
far.
this tavern, but
Considering what we've seen and what's been happening, we don't know what to expect, do we? Gonna look to Aslan as she says that.
Aslan, can you make me a mental resistance roll, please?
Oh my
I sure can.
Sick. Let me add that to my fucking notes.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay.
mental resistance.
I rolled a 7. I have a 6, so that's 13.
You feel something tugging at you. A gentle voice. Just drowned out enough to not be able to make out the words. Something wants you here. And succeeding on a difficulty 13 mental resistance. It doesn't want you here for company. And I will go in so far as to say it wants to show you something. Something you know you shouldn't see.
Are you alright, Aslan?
No, we shouldn't be here. This place is cursed. I know what I saw.
If you want to go back, I won't blame you. I need to stay and I need to push forward.
We don't exactly have a
Think-
way back. If you recall, the cave mouth collapsed.
There's the way of digging it out, and I believe the correct me if I'm wrong. Weren't our steeds literally digging their way through the cave?
A giant bear.
Yeah.
We have a way out.
Aren't
You can
you,
replace things. You can't replace your spirit.
aren't you traveling and adventurous, and aren't your lot supposed to be more noble than this?
Our lot? What does that mean?
Travelers, far seekers, adventurers, knights.
I think it's smart to look out for one's well-being and the well-being of others.
Aiden McCormack is the well-being of others.
And McCormack also.
Very distinctly, Blair, you hear sounds that don't belong, or they do belong, but they're not right. This kind of throat clicking that these cave dwellers make. You hear several clicks going off, but it's not the right tone for cave dwellers. It's close.
I know which direction they're coming in.
Multiple.
Okay. Is there anyone that's like within like a quick sprint's distance from where we
Hard
currently
to
are?
tell with all the echoing and all the stalactites and stalagmites in here.
Blair's just gonna look. I'm gonna pull off a piece of my own cloth. I assume there's a bone or something nearby me, really quick.
Sure.
I'm gonna wrap it, and then the torch. She's gonna hold it up to be lit.
Might be a bad idea. Multiple sources of light. Already have two.
I don't plan on keeping this one.
We need to sneak.
Something's not right about what's around us either. Can you not hear it? Clicking.
What cave is it right?
You hear a bone snap nearby.
Do you want a torch? Here it is. I'm
Raise
just gonna
the,
hand over the whole torch. That way it frees up both my hands.
raise the portable nebular in the direction of the snapping bone. See if we can see what the fuck that was.
Oh right, we do have the portable flashlight. I'm dumb.
As you raise the nebular up, you catch two spots of eye shine in the dark and a head that ducks down.
Do we get any inclination of the shape?
Humanoid. Before it gets lost in the stalagmites and the stalactites again.
These are the normal creatures that should be here.
You all very much get the sense, in your own different ways, you're being hunted now. Do what you wish, but the clock is ticking.
We are wasting time.
Go far, Earthman.
We will have to just make sure you are all on your guard as best as you can. I can't protect everyone at the same time.
As you begin to move, more snappings of bones. You hear shuffling around you as you move. But it quickly drops off. As you find a little slide of stone. You would have to get down on your belly or your back to slide down. But it's essentially just a small hole that is in the wall that seems like leads to the next cavern. As you finally find a wall. But you're free to keep exploring if you choose. Keep following this newfound wall around if you like.
We could send, now that we have another source of light, we could send the torch down here. See if anything.
Just gonna give them a position away more, but we're in their house.
I fear that we already have.
Oh, you hear another bone snap behind you, close. If you raise the nebula again, Vernon, another eye shine in the dark, quickly the head pops down.
I'm tired of being watched from the shadows. The next time we see, next time we get a chance, we should rush. Maybe we can get some answers.
How far back is it? Is it in the tunnel behind us or in front of us?
It's behind you in the part of the room that you left behind.
Okay, here's a question. You said from the clicking, it sounds like because of the way the cave is, it's bouncing off. So it's hard to... But with the bone snapping, the one that's dragging our attention more, it's only ever one at a time that we're hearing that, right?
You hear others, it's just that one was the closest this time.
Okay, so definitely multiple.
Clock
Right.
is ticking.
Do you want to go try find aid, or do you want to go back?
I can hide our tracks back. Going back.
Okay.
I will say that you do see that there is blood in this little slide.
Could be the chute where they put their bodies. One of them that they want to keep.
No matter what it is, what are we doing?
Because we can run back.
And then from that cavern space behind you, you hear, "Hey, hey, 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 hey. Look, 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 look. There, there. And more shuffling.
I just know, so let's go.
Yep. Let's just keep moving forward. Blair's gonna... Are we gonna go down the chute or are we gonna follow the wall?
There's blood in the chute. That's probably exactly where they came out.
If we go down the chute, we don't know a way back.
You can see where it empties into the next room, and it's really just like... To call it a chute seems a little bit unfair. It's just kind of a tunnel that's dug under a little bit. Like, it's just a little whoop into the next room. You could crawl back up it if you needed to.
There's a hole under the wall.
Yeah.
Essentially.
If I peek...
Where we run. Thallow will scurry under
Okay.
the wall.
Blair looks like he's about to reach out for you to not, but okay. Where to go?
One person goes.
I'm following my cousin.
Aslan
would-
next.
I would actually like, as Aslan's about to pass, I'm gonna say, probably not best for you to go next, let me. And then sit close. Or heavily armored. And gonna go under.
Okay.
Leaving Vernon to go last. Vernon, as you go through, you're about to come out the other side, and you feel a tightness around your ankle. And I'm going to need everybody to roll a d10 plus their speed really quick, because if not, Vernon's getting pulled back through.
I rolled a 10.
Add your speed.
I also rolled a 10 plus
Okay,
17.
My speed is
Wait, does 10
four.
explode?
We did say that we wanted 10s to explode, so that's how we're going to handle that.
Okay, exploding. Okay, so we got 10. And then, so 17 plus 4 is 21 plus 1 because I'm quick.
I got 24 total.
22.
22, 24, 14. Vernon?
12.
So you guys are going to take your turn in turn order, which means we're going to go ahead and start with Blair. You see Vernon's eyes go wide, and you see him beginning to be pulled back through.
Can I grab him by his collar and start yanking him forward?
Since this is technically combat, I need you to tell me what your fighting attitude is going to be as we go into this.
I believe offensive would handle this better.
Sure.
Beat up the Victorian child.
Your way of combativeness is what?
My way of combativeness is 3.
And your feats is
My feats, sorry, looking at it, 1.
1.
It
I will-
says number 1 on one.
I
one
will
there.
require a roll then. Add your fighting potential to this roll. And this roll is contested.
That is another 10. 4, 14, 15.
15. You grab onto Vern and you pull hard. Vern, you are going to take 1 damage. As you feel whatever gripped on you pierces through the legs of your pants and rakes down your leg. As Blair wrenches you forth and up to your feet.
You're good.
And you hear it's like this guttural like as Vernon is pulled away. There are bloody furrows down your leg. Not very deep, but enough to bleed. There's a bunch of skittering. You hear a bunch of it's a mix of whistles and clicks and grunts from the other side
Okay.
before a bunch more movement, bones skittering across the floor, and then silence.
Change of plans. I'll take the rear. Get ahead of me.
Can walk just fine.
Way out.
Cowardly
We'll patch it up
bastards.
later.
And
We need to find another way out. No.
As a note, when I pulled him, I would have shifted him behind me, and I would have positioned myself at the back of the group with this happening now.
Yeah. And to take quick stock of this chamber that you're in, it's lit, but not with light sources. There's these strange bioluminescent mushrooms in here that give off this kind of teal light. Mosses go across the walls in here. It seems as if the increase of humidity has proliferated plant life in this area. There's a small spring in the middle of the room where water flows out and down one of the halls. I hesitate to call it a hall. We'll call it a tunnel. And there are 2 other tunnels that split off from here.
What's the air like coming from?
It seems like the moisture in the air and the heat in the air is coming from here. As you get closer to the center, you can feel the heat coming off of the water in here. This is some kind of subterranean natural hot spring. And I do think it's worth noting that you see that there are those same flecks of orange in the water here.
Your equipment's definitely here. Pointing to the orange specks. Are there any traces of blood along the walls or the ground? And like, does one of the pathways smell like more rancid?
It's funny that you mentioned blood. Thallo, as your eyes track, you see a humanoid, a human-shaped body laying on the floor next to one of the tunnel entrances. The head is surrounded by a pool of liquid.
Al's not going to get close to it until like they take a moment to see if it's breathing.
Oh no, 0%.
Large. Over there. Just like really quiet, especially since we're in an echoey hallway. like if Thalo can get away with it, just like pointing motions to get players' attention. Don't throw it. I just want to look at the face.
It's a man in leathers. His skin's a little clammy. That pool of liquid around the head it's blood from having its skull smashed into one of the walls. You recognize this face, Vernon. It's one of the people who attacked your laboratory.
This is one of the men.
So, but not with the rest of them.
I'd say also,
In the cave.
Can't rule that out entirely unless they turn on one another. There may have been, I'm not sure what this is. It's very possible that they had differing opinions on what to do with my equipment.
While Thalo and Vernon are kind of going back and forth, Thalo's going over to the scene if there's any papers, any weapons, anything that we can use.
He has a long sword. He has leather armor that he wears. It's soft leather, not boiled. You see a messenger bag, and it takes a moment, but getting into it, you find a bunch of letters. You're almost certain this person was a Varigol. You see letters from a bunch of different places.
Gonna take that because we can use it later. Kind of just shifting through the top letter really quick while still like full wide-eyed keeping an eye out, because it seems like a good place to put something to make people stop.
Really?
seems we are on the right path, though, at the very least.
We're not on the right path, we're just on this path.
Anything more from the noises from where we came from?
Silent as the grave.
I don't like the way that you said that.
So there's body this way. Why'd they drop him? See, you don't waste.
They were after
I can't
something.
think like that. I can't think like that. I can't. Fuck.
Put a hand on Thala's shoulder and squeeze.
So they'll put their hand over Aslan's
Mm.
and squeeze back. Go sword, go to bag.
There's a quick sound of flapping wings as up through this slide bursts a familiar crow. Name yet?
Buddy.
He hops around and plops an eyeball out of his beak. Name yet?
Good job.
Name yet? Yeah. More of
Oh.
that.
Horrific.
What is?
Or probably saved you. With Blair.
Saved you with Blair.
I'll pick him up, on my finger, and just say, you'll show your gratitude later. Let's go.
He leans his head in and he just give us kisses.
Mm.
And he just starts nuzzling his beak against your jaw.
I'll give him a little kiss.
It's a good bird.
He's a good bird.
Good bird. Which way?
Vernon, as you kind of like are transfixed by this eyeball for a moment, There's a few things you notice. The color of the eye is very pale blue. It's not a color you see a lot in animal eyes in nature. But it has a tapis lucidum, a secondary eyelid which reflects light, which is very common in subterranean and nocturnal creatures.
This is not a human eye. This is, well, at least not entirely. Hold it up to my friends. Point this out. There's a secondary eyelid here.
And as you shine a light on it, it does give that cat's eye reflection, that kind of yellow-green reflection back.
It's,
I see.
Common in subterranean creatures.
Humans change them.
How long have they been down here?
Long enough to be cursed.
Evolution is not a curse. Aslan.
Well, whatever it is, it's not something to be discussed right now. We must just press on and survive, whatever this is, and find Aiden.
When Blair says Aiden, his name echoes around the walls. Aiden, 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 Aiden.
Maybe we keep the names to ourselves.
Or maybe you misheard it. As it kind of reverberates back, you hear, ate him, ate him, ate him, ate him.
And Blair hears that, and then, she tenses, lip quivering for a moment, but she bites it back. We must continue forward. You said there was 2 ways?
3.
One way. 3.
You can follow the water. You can go in the passage where the dead body was at the head of it, or there's a 3rd passageway.
As morbid as it may seem, following the bodies seems to be the right direction that we're hearing.
Yeah, but
If I'm-
when I want to get people's attention, I also draw bodies.
Is that right?
What would you suggest then?
I do. There is a question that I'm forced to ask here. I'm sorry to disrupt the player narrative. When Thallo gestured to the water from the spring and said your equipment's definitely here, did you follow that gesture, Vernon?
Yeah, absolutely.
As you check the water, you know it's very common for sulfur to be in the water, right? But 1, these particles are too big, and 2, it's the wrong color. This is sort of an ochre instead of a yellow. This is an amber instead of a gold.
Is this littered with flux?
Being a magentist, there's nothing so rare as the mythic 4th type of flux. You're surely aware of vegetal and organic and mineral flux. There's a 4th, and it's called fossil flux. It is theory more than it is practice. Based off of how the other 3 varieties of flux interact with each other, there are these old magentist scrolls that you've read that postulate that with the 3 interactions there must be a 4th, and they called it fossil flux because it's supposed to exist, but no one's been able to find it. It's a fossil. It's a relic of a bygone era, maybe. And there are tales of it being observed as an ochre liquid. This seems to be flecked particle. So you'd have to examine it more.
I don't think Vernon can contain himself in this moment. I think he would get excited. He would go over, along with our equipment that we were gifted. do any of us happen to have like a canteen or a water skin?
Yeah,
I
it's
do.
filled with water that has
We-
that stuff in it.
I'm so sorry for what's about to happen.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Vernon would, if not, well, I guess for the game leader, would Vernon have his own water skin before I
Oh yeah,
commit
for sure.
thievery? Yeah, we're dumping that, and rushing over to the pool.
Vernon, what are you?
Guess we're
This is a discovery. This is lost on you all. This is a theoretical. This is fossil flux. This could be the fourth type that no one has seen in years. Bygone era. It's. This is an incredible discovery.
I'm gonna need you to put your pants back on. We have a whole flask of it right here. So let's go.
You sure? Do you pull it out, Thalo?
I'm gonna use it like a carrot as I walk kind of backwards in the water, like a whole flask of it. We can talk about this
As
later.
they pull that flask out, it's one of Gerard's flasks. It's
Where did you get that?
From spring. On the way home.
When?
2 days ago. Also, if that shit's right there, that means there's an exit off this way.
You didn't think to bring this up
Exactly.
before now.
Did they even know what it was?
I was actually supposed to ask you, but then everything happened with my friend. I was saying,
All things in good time. We should make our way
we need
to
to
the
go.
lo-
time.
I think an inquiry now may put my mind at ease. I apologize.
Ease.
Was he your friend? I'll point to the body. He seemed quite keen to look him over, find his message bag.
He was one of the ones who attacked you. Because honestly, here's the thing. Where's the equipment? Did they stash it somewhere else? Is it even down here?
Did you know him?
No.
Point of fact, while this is happening, Blair is gonna. While this conversation is happening, Blair is kind of shifting around a little bit, kind of looking down each path, trying to see if she can ascertain anything.
There's not really much feature to any of them, though. The path that you see, where it's marked with a body, you see that there's a wash of blood across the wall.
Any sounds of fighting, of struggle, from the distance.
No. Just the soft gurgling of this hot spring.
Is this the same? Is this the same body that Fallow already examined?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we go to the blood or we go to the water.
You
I am-
found something miraculous. Can we go?
It's wasted on all of you anyway.
I'm gonna shove a bunch of the glowing mushrooms in the flask. Make like a small little light bottle.
That's smart, actually. That's really smart.
Alright.
I'm inclined against my own judgment. My points. I'm inclined to follow the body, the blood. This could be Aiden's doing too, fighting back.
Aiden.
Shut up.
I've found in my life, following blood only leads to more blood.
Blood.
We're wasting time when we need to go. I found the flask with the ochre.
Aslan.
You see now why we need to leave.
We need to go. No, the minute that starts happening, we're going with the water. Yes. Thalos, like, with Aslan, just like, we're fucking booking it.
Blair kind of makes one last look down the hallway with the blood and very reluctantly will pull up the rear guard while following them.
As you follow down this trickling of water, it starts to get warmer. You start to smell smoke. Smell cooking meats and fat. Knowing your score, Thallo, you kind of creeping along the edge of the wall and looking around. See that it opens up into a large pool in the room ahead. And you see that there are several fires, several tents made out of stretched leather. See that there are people moving around in here.
Very, very quiet tone, especially since we're at the mouth of an opening into this cave. There's people. About how many?
6, 7 that you could see.
Does it look like there's a way out in this large cavern?
Not that you can see from where you are. But that's not to preclude one from not existing either.
We go forward. Water's easy to be quiet in. Mostly.
I can cover our tracks. Only once, though.
Save it for one.
Name yet will kind of bonk you. Make a distraction. Make a distraction. Pretty bird. Give kisses.
Kisses, and I'll look to everyone, kind of with like a better, a better idea than what we've come up with so far.
Better than anything else that we can come up with in a moment.
All right, buddy. Be safe. And I'll...
So you lift him up. For a split second, you watch the entire world stop around you. You see dust particles stop in midair. The stream stops moving. Your companions stop moving. And Name Yet turns its head to you.
Is this truly the path you wish to walk? What lays ahead of you is neither for you to know until it happens, and neither for me to tell you until it's too late. Things are happening now, Aslan Llewellyn, that cannot be undone.
I just want to protect Thala.
You may not have a choice. You could come with me. I could give you wings and feathers now. Of course, you would never be able to take them away. But we could leave here together.
I can't leave them.
Then I do hope you forgive yourself for the pain that you'll find yourself in.
And the world moves again as Name Yet flies off and begins to squawk, and you see Thallo from your position. You can see that these people begin to look and kind of follow the bird around as it flaps and flies away. There are people fishing for arrows from bows.
Oh, they've got bows. Nice.
But it seems as if a sufficient distraction has been created for the moment.
Lead on.
And Thal's gonna slip in the water along the edge.
As you do. There are multiple places where you can get out, move through tents, do whatever you wish to do.
I'm also seeing if, while we're slipping through, if there's any sign of the equipment, any other signs of fresh blood, any
Aiden.
way out.
Signs of the equipment. As you're moving through the water, I think it would be kind of, other than the glass pieces and like the metal tongs and things, I think a lot of it would be foreign for you all to look at. But passing, you do see that there is a crudely built clay forge where you see that there are tongs and grasping implements and things of that nature that also bear the symbol of the House of Montevel. For any further inspection, you'll probably need to start going through tents and things.
Tongues can be replaced. Tongues can. So, Thalo keeps moving.
So once you enter the pool, you're going to have to get out at some point, because it's just a kind of semicircular pool that has, this ledge around it where all of these tents and things are.
It's just a semicircle. We're gonna have to get out, and if there's paths here, there's paths out.
It occurs to you, I think, Thalo, in that moment, knowing what your natural environment score is. You at least know one exit, because this pool's not overflowing.
Yep.
It has to empty out somewhere under, somewhere down.
That's Thalo's idea with the pool, especially since it had the flecks in it, like the flecks that were at the bottom of the mountain. That came from somewhere. It means the equipment is more than likely here. But it really doesn't matter if we're dead. Because we are outnumbered. We're out of our element. And they said Aslan's name. And that's all Thalo can think about right now.
As you all crawl out and kind of are dripping wet, getting up onto the stone ledge, Blair, as you go to pull yourself up, kind of like looking back down under you as you push yourself up, you feel a hand under your elbow pulling you up. A sickly, thin, like emaciated, you can see their ribs, a child, probably no more than 8, 9. Their hair is long and dirty and matted and bedraggled. Their eyes are pale blue. They're not dressed at all. They help pull you up.
Okay, as I'm seeing that, because you said they're emaciated and they're like, is there the actual strength there as I'm feeling them tugging me that I think that they could easily pull me up?
Oh no.
Okay.
In fact, if any part of you leaned backwards, you would pull them in.
Okay, I'm just making sure because
Yeah, no, not at all.
Blair is immediately on guard, eyes wide and watching them as she, does the primary job of pulling herself out of the water. And as she gets out, do they do anything?
They pull their hands away and kind of like move back and crouch down, very, very primal, kind of on the balls of their feet and on their fingertips.
Blair's going to pull her shield off and place it down on the ground, and place her sword down on the ground as well.
As it sees the sword, they back up. They kind of shuffle backwards very quickly. You all see this.
It's okay, we're here to help. What's your name?
They just bob their head, blink their eyes, and they click a few times. They few clicks, few whistles.
I'm Blair.
Just kind of ducking its head, looking at all four of you now, and it takes another half shuffle backwards.
Do I have any of my rations on me?
They're wet now, but yeah, sure.
I'm pretty sure they won't complain, but Blair's gonna pull out some of her rations, offering it in one of her hands.
They raise their head and they sniff the air. They kind of crouch back down. They're not getting any closer.
She's gonna take a little bit of it and eat it herself to show that it's safe, and then place the rest on the ground. And she's gonna look to her companions. What do we do? We can't. This is a child.
Leave.
This is a child.
It's
Thallow.
feral.
So we're
Thallow's looking around because if that's a kid, there's parents, there's people, and they're chasing a bird maybe right now, but like that's gonna just
For
change.
only so long. Yeah.
yeah, but it helped me.
You
They
do
helped me.
see, as you kind of look around, you do see a face peeking out of one of the tents. Not an unfamiliar face to Thallow. One of the younger women from one of the nearby villages. You know her name's Rena. And she's from Melwyn. She kind of moves her way out. Though it's hard because her wrists are bound, she kind of edges her way out on her shoulder.
What's the kid's reaction to her coming out?
Rushes over to her and gets between the lot of you. You haven't seen Rena for about 8 years.
Is that your child?
Yes.
Rena, what happened? And Thallow's gonna kind of like get kind of low to the ground and kind of hold out their hands.
You see the child keeps looking between Rena and you and is trying to gauge the situation.
I've seen you in... God, this has really been decades, Rena. Have you been here all this time?
I meant to travel to Derek, and then they grabbed me.
They
Aye.
the people that look like, kind of gestures to what?
Carrick, you remember Carrick, that Varigol from Guidra.
Yeah. Well, but
He grabbed me and he brought me here, and
what?
I've been here ever since.
Withra.
No, that... I mean, I haven't seen him. When's the last time I saw him?
Shh. You were children when you saw Carrick the last time.
No.
He's gone mental. You have to get me and my son out of here.
We can do that.
Can we?
Do you know the way out?
I didn't. They don't let me leave the tent. They only come when They want something.
What are her bindings made of?
Say this once, and I'm going to say it loud for the people in the back. Human leather.
Disgusting.
Okay, alright, okay. When you came in, did you go through a hole, or did you go through? Do you remember? Oh no, it was a while ago.
Carrick burned my eyes.
Do you remember going down? Do you remember being carried? Going down a rope?
No,
Oh, they just walked you.
no, but I need out. I can't do this anymore.
May I cut your bindings?
She nods. The boy kind of gets in between for a moment when he sees the knife,
Oh, it's
but
okay.
she clicks and whistles at him and kind of looks, and he moves back.
I'm gonna very, very carefully, because I don't know what condition her body is in when it comes to like how frail she is, but Blair will pull out a hunting knife and just
I do need to ask because her lower body is still inside of the tent. Are you moving her the rest of the way out?
I could carry her out. Do you want to do we is there any, let me ask this then, is there any inclination that her leaving the tent would be bad for her?
Why
Outside of
can't
this,
she get up and walk away?
can I not see anything?
As you kind of look in, you see that she is missing her right leg at the hip and her left leg from the knee down.
There's a primal anger welling up inside Blair as she sees that.
You can
She's
also
gonna-
see that in her thigh on the one legs, there are scars from pieces being bitten off.
May I carry you out of here?
Aye.
We're gonna very carefully, very fucking carefully, pick her up and pull her out closer to the group. And we're gonna sit her down, and then as we sit her down, I'm going to use my knife to just cut through the binds.
Did you send that bird? We don't get birds down here.
Where are the others? I need to know what I'm looking at.
Do you mean the others or the men that were here?
Both.
The others come and go as they wish. The men are terrified of them.
Are the others? They make the same noises.
Aye. It's their language. It's the language of the deep. All creatures speak the language of the deep here.
Just as the deep. If I can. Blair, I need you to understand this is who we save.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you.
She kind of reaches up and she takes your face in her hands, Blair. I'm not the person you save. My son, Eric. If it's me or him, it's him. You understand me? You ken me?
We will get both of you out of here safely.
Listen to me, Blair. If a choice has to be made, Eric, you ken me. It wasn't his fault he was born here. You take him to his father, More, in Melwyn. and you guys know more, like decently well. More is the Ionthan in Melwyn. He's a huge dude. His name Mor means a giant colossus in the old tongue.
Boyer's just going to nod and say, I understand.
Get your boy
I
out.
will. I will try to save you both. If it does come to it, you have my oath that I will get him to his father, and I'll make sure that he gets there safely.
Last time they took me to cut a piece off, I saw an exit.
You won't
It's
live down here. I promise you.
You're gonna have to go through the chapel to get out.
Chapel.
Aye. Kerrick, he fancies himself as something of a priest now.
Eric's here.
Aye, he's the only one that's been here as long as I've been here that I haven't watched start to change into one of the others.
Okay.
They eat and then they turn into something else. They eat and then they turn into something else.
Just remembering what it said at the beginning of the tunnel.
I need you to tell your boy that we're friends.
He understands.
Okay. Okay.
He can't speak, but he understands.
Okay.
What's his name?
Eric.
Eric.
Alright, Eric. You and your mama
He
coming with us?
shuffles into the tent really quickly, and you hear some rustling around. And he comes out with kind of shawl of cloth and a loincloth tied on.
We shouldn't linger.
You're right
I
then.
can.
And it's then you hear and name yet lands on your shoulder again.
Okay.
Lost him. Lost him.
Okay. Give him a quick kiss. We gotta go.
Alo's looking at Vernon and Aslan, just like,
Vernon, that's actually a great point. Vernon, what have you been doing as all of this is happening?
Taking stock, really. Just, nothing of crazy importance. Kind of just processing information and,
Are you looking around at all?
yeah, I think, taking stock and just keeping an eye out for any more equipment, especially something that might be useful.
You see a ledger in one of these tents.
That is indeed useful. We'll take a peek at that while, not to be insensitive, but while they're having a discussion of saving the mother and child, he's kind of a prick, so he's gonna look through that.
As you kind of process through, you see that all of the things from your laboratory are listed as latest in this, and they're marked with approximate value, and they're also marked with a column that you would know at the end of incoming ledgers is destination, and you see chapel, workshop, chapel, workshop, chapel. So it goes through and lists basically the entirety of your things.
But there's nothing on here that's indicating as anything is to leave the cave, correct? Or leave the caverns.
No.
Perfect. Oh shit.
Did you find what you were looking for?
For the Luckily, this Carrick, was it, is a detailed individual. He has a list of where everything is, as
It's an
well as
important part of the
estimated.
job.
Well, we have the makeup of where things are: chapel, warehouse. None of it is to leave the caverns. So, are we intent on leaving? Are we going to abandon Aiden McCormack?
We have to get them out.
A sneaky suspicion, based on what Rena said, that we might run into him.
They took someone. They would take him to the chapel. Be prepared for eating.
Lovely.
They had quite a few bodies before him, so we'll see.
How many men? Rena, was it?
Rena.
Rena. Right. How many are we dealing with?
Men or the others?
Altogether, or whatever might be a threat. In the
I
chapel.
don't know how many of the others there are. I've never seen them all in the same place. Some come and go, others hunt. I don't know how many of the others there are, but there are only... Well, one of the men died on the last excursion. So... 9, including Carrick.
Well, those choices have been made then. Are we likely to encounter the others in the chapel? You said that the men flee from them.
I dunno. It all depends on Carrick. Carrick tells them to stay. Even the others obey Carrick.
I leave
But
it all
if
to
you find him in the chapel and Carrick isn't there, then they've already prepared him and the Deep One is coming for him. You'll need to get him and you'll need to go.
What does that mean? What is the Deep One?
We don't talk about
One of
this
the
stuff.
others.
It's
Probably what I saw.
you know the stories. Vernon, don't act like you didn't grow up in this valley as well.
Stories are stories.
Until you've seen them. And I lost my leg. The Deep One, I felt his fangs go through me like wind and eat up my belly.
I'm not going to debate with you on this. Either way, there's a decision to be made. Are we fleeing or are we heading to the chapel to put an end to all of this?
I think you'll find, ironically, Vernon, that in this discourse, I'm the one with legs to stand on.
My question stands.
Whatever saves the most lives.
Did you say the chapel has a way out?
There's a slip door that they use. There's a mechanism in the base of the altar that raises it with a pulley. You'll need one person on the pulley and the other on the lock.
Come by the door. I'll get the pulley.
The longer we wait, the longer we talk.
It is when you let go of the lock and you let go of the pulley, the door shuts. Do you ken me?
Someone has to stay behind. If it comes to it, I volunteer.
You made me a promise, Blair of Quidra.
How do you know?
The Deep One told me. He whispers, and we hear things. You made me a promise that you'd take Aedrig to More.
If we could get us all out, others can fulfill that promise too. It will happen. That is neither here nor there right now. We must go.
Get you out.
And while Thallo is saying that, is just looking at Aslan.
Alright, if one of you'll pick me up, I can show you the way.
Clara, pick her up.
Collecting Rena and Aedrig and setting forward through the next tunnelway. This is where we're going to go ahead and take our intermission. Please drink some water. Take care of yourself. I know this is a heavy episode. And we'll see you in just a minute.
I'm not entirely sure what I've stumbled upon in this village. I'm all the places I've ever been. Before this place, this knoll is the most like that place where I go when I sleep. Skittering, scuttling, murmuring, muttering. The wind blows, the leaves drown the whispered words of the ancient foe. Where hides the beating heart of Tevesereth? An idiot god screams in the deep places, calling for its kin, and I can hear it. I will not be eaten. My heart pounds like the drums in that deep place. Thunder pales as snow deafens. The water rises. Seize the weapon. Blood mingles dynasty. Remember, never forgive, never surrender. The jail of the gods is bereft of the enemy that once it held.
Long have you been my warden? Did you think you could stop all of my plans? I know you can feel yourself fading, growing weaker as my contingency unfolds. Brother, don't you see? In the end, we are nothing alike. I know you have assembled your own consortium against me. So, brother, when you fall, just as the shattered gate watched before you, this eternal vanguard and the entire multiverse will contest with my ignited.
America has always been a place where conservatism and religious ideology has been fed by men to the uneducated like milk from their mother's teat. What this breeds is an environment for blind obeisance and ignorant fear, which controls the masses just as much as the blood of the covenant or the barrel of a gun. Men bring the raising of ground and the pillaging of Gaia's bounty, and this has never been more of a threat to the Garu nation than it is now in the days of the apocalypse. However, all of this is where this story begins, but not yet where the tale begins. For that, we will need to reach back through the time and haze of the deep umbra to find the beginning. Walk with me, you little wolf, and reach us through time will show you a story that even ancient Phoenix has forgotten.
Hello, everybody. Hi, it's me. We're back. Nobody died yet.
I knew you'd fucking say that.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and hop right back in. So Blair, as you pick up Rena, Adrig kind of reaches up just to kind of have a hand on the back of this tunic that she's wearing. As
How
she
heavy
be-
is he?
probably a little over 20 pounds. He's emaciated.
If he wants to hang on my shoulders, I would let him.
He's currently moving on 2 feet with one hand on the ground and the other hand holding the back of her shirt.
Okay.
So, where we're going to go from here. Rena begins to kind of guide the way for you. She leads you off through this very thin rack in the wall where Blair, you have to put her down and she has to crawl through, and then each of you kind of has to turn sideways and shimmy your way through. Aedrig, moving on all fours at this point, just slips through easily, which opens up into this strange kind of like column-ish chamber where you see that there are like pit holes in the walls going all the way up and down, and there's a small ledge that you have to creep around to get to the other side. Aedrig easily uses these pit holes to crawl like a bug across the wall. I will say with a combined effort, you can all manage to stabilize each other and Rena as you move across into the next hallway. Aedrig is moving a little ahead, looking back at Rena, and you do see that every time he turns his head back, there is that eye shine. And you move through several more corridors that you can feel slowly are trending down before Rena kind of like holds you to a stop right before you can see there's a ledge out before you where there have been stairs carved. She says, "Down there, if you take a right, you'll head into the workshop. In the workshop, there's a magentist, Vernon. They took him not long after they took me. I can't recall his name. I'm not sure if he recalls his name anymore. They work him to the bone.
Do you remember what he looked like?
I only ever saw him in his... I think he called it a suit. And you would know, Vernon, that it's not uncommon for magentas, specifically in field work, to wear full leather bodysuits equipped with a rebreather and like a whole protective mask that slides down. Like, it's not terribly uncommon.
Understood.
I just know that he was working a bit of land north of Melwyn, near Groder's Mill.
In my travels, would I have heard anything about a Magentus near there?
You heard that there was a Magentus near there about 8 years ago. A Magentus and his apprentice. A pretty famous Magentus by the name of Talasian.
Isn't that where Talasian was?
I think that's his apprentice.
All this kick-started about 8 years ago. What happened to Carrick 8 years ago?
I only know what he told me. He received a revelation from the one god,
There it is.
The one.
and that he was sent to slay a demon.
Well, he didn't
This,
find a
what's
demon. Guess he became one.
let the one eat the sins. The hand who.
There's no god here, Blair.
She's gonna.
And again, for clarity's sake, Ostfirth, the wounded Varigol, said that he had seen Kedik.
We gotta go. We can't linger. If there's actually a demon here, we cannot linger, as Aslan's been saying. And there's kind of like almost this apologetic look from Blair to Aslan in that moment.
Maybe just stop looking at names.
Rena points the other way. If you head north from the stairs, you'll go to the chapel.
All magentists like you with their work. Or is that just a specific personality trait you got there, Vernon?
What do you mean, like me with my work?
Could we pull him away from his work? Because that's one more person to get through.
Judging by what she's saying, it doesn't appear that he's fully in his right mind. I would be inclined to interrogate and to investigate, and possibly this is why they stole my equipment, but if he's not in his right mind, I don't see how many answers I might be able to ascertain from him.
Madman can be useful.
Or a terrible, terrible detriment.
I'm starting to think we should just set this whole place aflame.
There's some things
Flame.
There's still important things here to recover.
And Aslan, you hear in your ear.
I'm coming for you.
Is it more important than your life? Or our lives? Or that little miracle you found in the water?
As I've said, Aslan, my laboratory was my life. But if someone were to rip away all your tools, your rune stones, your magic baubles,
More.
I unfortunately cannot.
we can buy more.
That's more of a matter of money than it is anything else, and money can be gained.
Are you going to donate to me?
What do we have to carry out your equipment?
Aslan, you
money.
feel a warmth in your bag.
I feel what's going on there.
Your hand alights on your father's journal. And you don't know why, you just feel like you should hold it. Like it should be in your hands.
Yeah, she'll hold it close and like tap her fingers on it while
that
looking
was-
off to the side. This place is getting to me. That's all.
There we go.
We leave. While we still can, and with as much live intact as we can.
Come.
She's not, because she can't really like hold her sword, so her sword is sheathed. But there's a like a twitch, like she's trying to, like she would otherwise have gone for it. At that, she's just gonna say, "We need to go."
See.
Blair's gonna start moving towards the chapel.
Blair's moving towards the chapel. What is everyone else doing?
With Rena and the kid.
So we leave the madman with your equipment that apparently he needed or something.
I can deal with him myself. If you're also keen to run away from the problem, I will begin making my way toward the warehouse.
Vernon is going to the workshop.
Someone's so smart, he's not very wise. And I'll head that way.
Ashlyn is also heading to the warehouse. Workshop.
Valo can't leave Aslan.
Very well. As they all move towards the workshop, you feel a tug at your belt. And Adric just points and just kind of grunts.
There's a momentary mental battle getting the fucking child to safety over this, and then she has flashbacks of her last team, and I think when she shifts, she can feel the journal still in one of her breast pockets, and just starts walking after them.
As you do, you hear from behind you. Commander Blair.
Keep it out. Keep it out. I'm not turning around. They're not here. They can't be.
Each step. Blair, don't leave me.
How real does it sound, or does it just sound like an echo?
You feel hot breath on the back of your neck.
She's going to turn around wide-eyed, tears already starting to form in the corners of her eyes.
Nothing.
She's going to keep moving.
Please take 1 point of temporary trauma as you turn around and head back. Vernon, as you open the door to the workshop, you see a fully kitted Magentis laboratory before you. Not just all of your things in here, not just the things that you can see offhand with the House of Montevel's sigil emblazoned upon it, but you can see that there are a plethora of tools and equipments in here that you're not quite sure where they came from. But you do recognize the mark on them. It is the mark of the world-renowned Talasian the Magentis. He is ostensibly the most famous of all Magentists. He writes books, hosts symposiums.
Is there any sign of this Magentist?
You see a man shackled at the left ankle to a cable that runs around the ceiling of this wooden constructed kind of building that they've made. You see he turns, he's in his leather work suit, his personal protective equipment. You see a spritz of gas comes out the side of the rebreather before he turns it. You hear the air seal break, and you see the jet of air come out of both sides as he lifts it up. And you see a haggard-looking man. His cheeks even more shallow than yours. His eye sockets dark. This man probably hasn't slept in a week. He looks up. You can't be here.
Are you Talasian, Magentist?
No. The man I used to be was his apprentice. He's dead now.
What happened
It's just
to you?
me. Work, work, work the day away. Whistle while you work. Always work to be done. Work goes faster when it's fun.
Boy, I need a report. What is the status of the laboratory?
Functional.
Okay, experiments.
Functional fire hazard. I don't like working in wood.
And how far are your experiments?
Blood of the mother runs thick. Shouldn't be in the water. It will make someone sick.
Have you found anything successful?
Counting, rows like ducks. I have found a new kind of flux.
Do you refer to the pool? What remains in the pond?
Deeper, deeper you must go if you want to find where from the flux does flow. I didn't have a choice. Didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice.
Have they?
I didn't have a choice. And he sits down and kind of curls up into a ball.
Easy, lad. They made you work.
Easy, easy. 1, 2, 3. A death for you, a death for me.
The mother's blood is thick.
Shouldn't be in the water. It'll make someone sick.
It's the I think he was referring to the flux, to the fossil flux.
I tried to get it out. I tried to get it out.
It wasn't. Were you weren't able to refine it?
Concentration is too low. Struck me down just like a blow. Eat them, they will say. Then they'll turn your brains away. Hungry, hungry, gnashing teeth. Time is coming to feed the beast.
You went too deep. You couldn't find, so you dug deeper, was it?
Deeper, deeper you must go if you want to find from where the flux does flow.
Yes, but it was too deep.
There were some things we aren't meant to see.
I'm inclined to agree.
What did you find?
Not too deep for the beast. On your flesh he'll make a feast.
What did you find? Did you find from where the flux flowed?
The blood of the mother.
Who is the mother?
Mother, mother, deep below, sings to the roots, makes them grow.
We've come to liberate your equipment and return you to your master. Would you like to return? Talasian, would he see you returned?
Asking questions I don't know.
Seen too much.
How much of him is actually left?
He's making sense. He's just speaking in riddles. These things that he hasn't slept. He hasn't had a proper meal in who knows how long. But he's making sense. He's just trying to convey things poorly.
So mother and beast then.
If one wants to eat, one must linger. Keep your arms close or you'll lose a finger.
Have you eaten? Have you partaken?
Asking questions I don't know.
Does he look emaciated?
Horribly.
I don't think he really eats.
You can look around superficially. You see, as horrible as it is, you see that there are like human teeth prints and pieces gnawed out of like tables. You see bites out of paper. When he opens his mouth, you see that his tongue is black. He's been drinking ink.
Is there, looking around the laboratory, it's fully kitted out. Is there any signs of what he possibly is working on or what he's been...
As you go to his workbench, the first thing you see is a diagram of Gerard's gravitic stabilizers that he used for his legs. Modified to be used on the arms, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. The gravitic stabilizers in their form are for suspending an electromagnetic field around the legs to compensate for muscle degeneration. But quickly following the diagrams, if you see that the current of the electromagnetic field has been altered to essentially charge a metal weapon held in the hand with an amount of force that would not be capable to wield from a human body. I'm talking like Sauron in the intro to the Fellowship of the Ring type shit.
Do you have a has this ever reached prototype phase? Are you? I'll show him the mock-ups.
Already finished that one. The priest wanted them.
The priest.
Carrick is his name. All of this is his to blame.
Him and the mother.
Mother, deep below, sings to roots and makes them grow.
But you don't have a spare prototype. You made one.
I didn't make it all the way. Modified it for a day.
I understand. Did you make anything else for him?
Only wanted me to work on the blood of the mother.
So this, Sal's gonna pull out the flask with the glowing mushrooms and the fossil flux.
Yes, there it is. Too dry, not right. From the vein, when it is taken, liquid like water, not solid like bacon.
It's time to leave, lad. Your work is done.
Still work to do.
No.
Whistle while you work. Whistle while you work.
If you stay here, you will die. Here. We need to get you out.
Could die out there. Feasting isn't fun unless you feast on everyone.
You have a choice to make, my friend. And you are a man of logic. You can come with us and try to get you free. Your life is yours from there. But I will not see such a mind chained. You come with us and you strive for your own freedoms, or you die here. Now.
Trying to take all of the tools. I didn't make you all out for fools.
I get you want to help him.
He's made his
Look at you
choice.
gone.
Unless
I
you
will-
drag him out of here.
I will wait. And when you come again, I will go. You'll need to come back. with horses and men. If you want to see your tools again.
Nice.
Gotta carry all this out.
The canids won't be enough. This is too much.
Take them, one and all. Talasian has more tools in his halls. Come back with horses and men. If you want to see your tools again.
I will fish out of a I imagine still having at least a little bit of rations on me, wet though they are. Place them near him.
He ravenously begins to eat.
Reluctantly, I think Blair will follow suit, giving what's left of her rations.
And slowly, your stomach is going to need time to adjust. You know this. We'll return for you. Thank you for the information, my friend.
Counting foods like a tally. Can't afford to boot and rally.
We should go.
It's a chapel. Bring anyone by here, lads.
You had a question, Ashley?
Yeah. While this was going on, I wanted to read the journal. I don't know if anything would come from that. I just figured I'd say as much.
Look through it and tell me if anything hops out to you.
I will not be eaten. It's a big one.
Truly. I think that certainly would pop out to you in this moment.
Yeah. And the spider metaphors as well.
Surely.
Thought I'd mention that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all.
Think those things should, with all right and warrant, be things that jump out at you. Absolutely.
Yeah, she's just reading everything over and over. So by the time everyone's turning around to leave, she'll kind of come back to the moment.
Notably taking the Magentist's workbook, the logbook and everything with him. And Vernon will, as soon as they sort of exit this area, just begin to feverishly explain the mechanism of what was built, so they know what they're going up against for the gravitic stabilizers and the charged weapon and such.
Very well. With that, you head towards the chapel. There's an arch of stone that has leather strips that hang in it. You see in those leather strips there are leathered out lips, eyelids, knuckles. For our dear viewers, I have to warn you, the scene that we're about to walk into is very graphic. If you need to take a little break, go get a drink. I'll put these 2 fingers down when the description is over. As you enter, you see there are pews that are made from split human bones. Some still carrying liquid. Some dry for a long time. See that the central runner rug is just the backs of human torsos turned to leather and sewed together and strung out. Bodies in various states of cannibalization hang from their feet from the ceiling on ropes that have been impaled into hooks that have been driven into the ceiling. There's a distinct smell with candles that have been made purely from fat. It's acrid, it smells slightly acidic in the air. And you see that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of candles that are made from human fat. The wicks out of braided human hair. And you see on an altar on a raised dais, with his arms tied to 4 pillars, Aidan McGormack. See that he's bleeding from the chest. It looks like they've carved something into his chest, ripped his tunic open. Other than that, the room is silent. There are no attendants to him.
Aiden.
Where's the altar?
Across the room, about 20 meters. And again, you see scrawled into all the walls what you saw in the descent. That same mantra. Carved into every stone surface in this room. The floors, the pillars, the walls, the dais that he's on top of. Every single inch of everything is covered in this mantra, carved over and over and over.
There's seemingly no one else here.
No. And I need all of you to make me a mental resilience roll, please.
That's a 10!
I rolled a natural 2. So my mental resilience is 9.
So 11?
11?
Yeah.
I rolled a 27.
10, 27, earn. Vernon?
14.
Everyone but Thallo. 2 points of temporary trauma. You feel the madness lingering in the air here. It's like a taste you can't remember, or like a smell that's too familiar. Like the pressure in the air changed. When you crossed that threshold, there's an old Demorthan teaching about crossing thresholds. It's that sometimes the place on the other side isn't where you thought it was. And you get the distinct feeling that you have stepped into something entirely not natural.
She's gonna gently put down Brenna and start running towards Aiden.
Okay. That is Blair's action. What is everyone else doing?
Trying to stop Blair.
Blair, do you want to be stopped?
I think in this moment, not really. He wants to. She needs to get to him. She needs to save him.
Okay,
You can't let somebody die on her.
We'll resolve that in a moment. Ashlyn and Thallo.
So, that altar is the key to our escape.
Right.
So Thallo's going for the altar? But looking at Rena being put on the ground? And she kind of said where the door was when the thing opens, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to get her by it.
You
So
see that
she
as soon as
rolls-
Blair puts her down, Aedrig shuffles under her arms and begins to crawl. It's taking a lot of energy, and he's very slow with his lack of strength from his emaciation, but he's beginning to drag her across the floor. And you see he's also looking up and looking around. And like every time he gets the chance, he will pull her like under one of the pews. He's doing everything he can to keep something between him and the ceiling.
I'm gonna point that out to the party.
Close, do you see anything?
And then start ducking under pews to get to the altar.
Ashlyn?
Like a madman.
Yeah. Seeing Blair and Vernon get into a scuffle, and seeing that, she's gonna follow the child's lead, because obviously he knows more than we do.
All right. To resolve Blair and Vernon, I'll allow you to an option. We can go off of what your way and your feats are, or we can roll. It's up to you. This is player on player.
Whatever you feel more comfortable with, Gilbert. I have no.
I'm more inclined to probably do the ways and the feats because dice are cool, but it's also well established that Vernon is a sickly little lad. So I don't whatever. Random
Trying to
bouts
physically
of
stop
strength.
me.
Yeah, random bouts of strength are cool to have, but in this moment, I logically can't make a leap of him being actually able to fucking yank Blair back.
Shoulder check the nerd.
All right. So you go to reach out, and Blair tears away, running to Aiden. You run to him. He's conscious. Turns his head as you approach. And you see what they've carved into his chest. It's a symbol of some kind. And you're not super familiar with it.
We gotta get you down. We gotta get. She's gonna pull her. What's he? First of all, is he chained, or is he?
No, they're ropes that are holding him where he is.
Yeah. It's manic, but there's still that, air of skill and training there to it. But she's gonna pull her blade out and cut Aiden free.
She cut him down. He lands kind of heavy back first onto the altar.
She's gonna move up to him and kind of cup his cheek and kind of try to see if he's focused. Aiden.
I'm fine. We have to get out of here.
Yeah. She's kind of looking around. Is there any sign of his weapon?
You have it.
Oh,
you picked it up at the top.
Right. That is correct.
Fallow threw it down. We picked it up.
I think in that moment she's just gonna kind of not being conscious in that second about the blood, kind of just bury her face in his chest for a quick second before sitting back, before straightening herself back up. You can move and you can fight, right? And she's gonna hand him his weapon.
When you lean down to put your head in his chest, he reached around you and grabbed the axe off your back.
Oh, yeah.
He says, "What are you doing? We've got to get the fuck out of here."
Right. Let's go.
He says, "Keep your fucking head down. There's something up there."
She's gonna look up then.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over at Vernon and be like, "This way."
Fucking going.
Thanks for listening.
A shadow moves through the room almost too fast to be perceived. And you see Rena snatched and flies across the room, hits the wall with a sickening thud. Now I need everybody to roll a d10 plus their speed, because we're going into combat.
Okay.
21.
21, heard?
12.
12,
16.
16.
I'm in this with my cousin. 12!
Oh, hell yeah.
Cool. So, it's going to go first at a 31.
Cool.
I
And
don't like that you said it.
And then Aiden will go after Thallo and Aslan.
Like the lion.
Like the lion. Okay,
Yeah.
good. All right, it's going to go first. Blair.
Yeah.
You're going to take 7 points of damage. You don't have your shield out yet, but you do have your armor on, and I don't believe your armor has taken any protection damage yet.
Not yet, just my shield.
Your armor, I believe, has a protection of 4. Has a protection of 3.
Oh.
So 3 of that is going to be negated by your armor. However, it is immediately going to break your armor. and you take the rest of the 4 as damage to your health.
That puts me at 4 out of 4 on good.
And what you all see is the shadow moves again. This time pouncing on top of Blair. Humanoid in shape. Fingers elongated by almost a meter. Sallow cheeks. Mouth full of fangs. Glowing ochre eyes. Ratty hair coming out of its partially rotted scalp. But the thing that terrifies the most, even with its legs where the knees bend backwards like a dog, is that a second mouth opens its rib cage and stomach. It doesn't have a stomach, it has another giant mouth. And as it pounces and that stomach bites, you feel acid and corrosion pour out over you, Blair. But I think the things that shocks you the most, Blair, is you're staring face to face with Henwaith. He says,
Commander, don't leave us, Commander! Commander Blair!
and I'm not even going to give you a mental resistance roll. I'm just going to straight up give you another 3 points of temporary trauma. Wonderful.
There's a lot of screaming as that happens, just blood curdling, not even from just the pain, but just the sight.
Great, it is your turn.
In her mind, there's just like a roller coaster. There's so much, like, it's Henwaith, but it can't be. And in that split second that she is thinking that it can't be, I think her instinct just takes over, and she's going to attempt offense. Strike.
Perfect.
Right into it. Into that mouth that's spilling acid.
The mouth that's spilling acid is the stomach mouth.
Oh,
not
the stomach
face
mouth. Got you. Okay, yeah, then face.
Got it. Perfect. You are at a situation where you're at a decent amount of disadvantage, so I am going to ask for a way of combativeness and close combat roll.
17? Rolled an 8.
17 is just barely going to do it. So you are going to do the 2 damage from your weapon. As you shank into it, opens a bloody furrow, or at least it should bleed, but it doesn't. You see that spiders pour out. Who's next?
I had a 16.
Then that would be Vernon.
I hate everything. Everyone else is like hiding in under pews currently, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Very cool. Fuck. He's gonna grip his father's hammer and rush and try to knock at the back of this thing's head with claw.
Okay. What fighting attitude are you taking?
Offensive. What's the fuck? I don't forget. Hold on. I'm sorry. I have them written down here. This is gonna be the angry one. The fucking
offensive. Offensive adds your potential to your attack roll, but subtracts it from your static defense.
Yeah. So we're gonna swing at this back of this thing's head with claw, because this doesn't make any sense.
Sure. Actually, for you, it's very concerned with Blair at the moment. I'll allow you to just deal the 2 damage with your hammer. I think it's fair.
Understood.
As you come up and with the weight of this hammer, hitting it in the back of the head like that should disable a living thing.
Yeah.
But as you hit it in the back of the head, you see its spine detaches from the skin in the back, and then the head comes up from under the arm to look at you. It says,
"Can't hide behind your logic now, machinist's apprentice."
And I'm gonna say, go ahead and roll me a mental resilience.
That's fair. Fucking 14? 14, yes. 14.
2 sweet points of temporary trauma.
Son of a bitch. I mean, that's fair.
So your mind is reeling. There's no way this thing should be in front of you. It's you can feel the echoes of the superstition that you were born into roiling up in you again, Vernon. And now between Thallo and Aslan, which of you has the higher speed?
-7.
Mine is technically 5. So
Okay.
you're faster.
Yep.
Crazy.
Okay. So movement.
Okay. You're taking movement. You're getting the fuck out. Heard.
I'm going to the pulley.
You're going to the pulley. Wonderful. You certainly can do that. You get there, you have your hands on the pulley. Thallo.
Movement. Thallo's trying to get to the pulley as well. And
Are you
check
trying to get
what-
to the pulley or the altar button that controls
altar
the lock? Yeah.
the one that's underneath the
Yep. So you get to it and you can press it, which means on the next turn, Aslan will be able to start using the pulley.
So with how the button is, with the bone I have, is it possible to, like, almost like the
crush it
snare
in?
that Fallow does, like crush it in?
You're going to
From
need a
that-
much thinner implement to get that to work.
Okay.
So you can start trying to grind it down if you want.
I can splinter it with the sword, the short sword that I got off the body.
Smash it on the ground, whatever you have to do, but
Yeah.
whatever that's going to be on your next turn.
I'm gonna smash it, like I'm gonna hit the button with my foot.
And then
While
start.
I'm smashing the bone.
Aiden McGormack is going to take his turn. So with a 34 in way of combativeness and feats, with a discipline in feats of strength, he wraps his arms around this thing that is on top of Blair, picks it up and spins it so that it's over his shoulder, and full on runs as fast as he can, smashing its spine first into one of the pillars.
That's my man.
And he turns his head, he says, "Get out of here, go!" And with that, that is where we're going to end this session of Shadows of Esteren, Jail of the Gods. Thank you all so much for being here, and we'll see you next time. Stay frosty.